potential for eventually, but I have not, I tell you. I have not. But that is really coming along nicely. I do need to come up with an idea on what I'm going to do with the sides of this, because this seems like it needs a bit of work. Maybe not a bit, maybe a lot. I do like the posts down below, but I think I should chop out a bit of the posts and then replace it with full end stone, so it's not as like, you know, like that. But this is what we're going to be working with very soon, is all of this area. Which I'm actually looking quite forward to. Should I do the river through Mass Halden? I feel like it would be very nice. The thing is, I do plan on reconstructing this entire building. See right here. This entire build's going to be broken down and then rebuilt in a whole new style. And hopefully that actually does go well. It is very outdated, to be honest. It's had that many upgrades, it's had that many shifts around. This front has been changed, that side has been changed, you know. And then we have this new build here, which I will say is the most terrible thing to have happened. I am going to probably have to, you know, go through this one area and break the river out somewhere here. Should I build the river through the town? That's the question. I have the river build over here, but I feel like it would be much more effective if I took the river through the area. Though you can see that there's many levels here, I feel like it would probably be nicer if I did take it through. Maybe not. Problem is I'm going to have to chop it either here or here. I could make it go around like that, but then it has a bit of its stranglehold. So the best, you know, sort is probably going this way, around, and then inwards to wherever I want to go. So either out this way, or this way through the neck. Which I feel like the neck would probably be the best ground. It does mean like many, you know, old structures will have to be moved out of the way. That is a real good question. If I'm going to create a salt flat area, it's definitely going to have to rely on the terrain working with me. So we're probably going to have to take a little look at this terrain over here. Let me grab my rotten flesh. That is a NPC, that is Nathaniel. Hello there, Nathaniel. Hopefully you're doing right and staying safe. How's it going? Oh, you're married to Willie. You're not Willie, you're Marion. Any goodies in here? Oh, sand! I was looking for that exact material. Look at me. You're Willie, and I remember you, Willie. You had a child with no wait, your mother and father were Edmund and Lily. And you're Bill. Are your mother and father still alive? You're Ronnie and you're Penny. I don't think so. You're Marion, you're Nathan. Yeah, I think your parents have died. Napoleon, how's it going? Are you alright, my friend? You know what, I have some water here. Go like that. Better. You can now escape. It's been that long, my friend. It's been that long, Napoleon. Alright, back over here. So, this area here is not that bad, to be honest. There is this really nice canal area here that could be used as a basin area. Maybe I could scrap the idea of a river, but turn something into an area like this into a water area. It does seem like it would be filled with water. That is going to be a hard decision. The problem is I'm working with the little bit of the off tilt with some of the terrain around here. Some of it, you know, goes up, some of it goes down. It's just trying to make from that where we're actually going to take it. Because we do have this river, it goes this way. And it should... It was actually supposed to go further down. But that is where it was supposed to cut down. I think the main idea is actually taking our, what do you call it, harbour. Like going to our harbour and taking it over and then rebuilding it. Would I have to chop some of this away in the inside? And probably do something what I did with this island over here? I'm trying to take a book out of Constantinople over here. If any of you do not know, Constantinople was on two parts, a two-part area. And one of the little areas had a chain that would stop the enemies from getting in. And it was a very weak area, to be honest. The wall was a lot weaker than the Elder area. Let's see. But we don't want to go into facts like that now. It would be connecting this bit to this. That is, you know, the real question. I would have to build a river. I don't have to build an entire wall. But I do want to build a wall all the way around. Specifically because that's how ancient cities were built. There was a lot of walls. So I could take what we have going on over here. And I think it would be best to just start demolishing a lot of these areas and then just start building across these areas here. This area here would probably be... The thing is, we want this to look right. So I'm probably going to have to like do an off-tilt bit here that goes around. Create a harbour wall. I'm definitely going to have to work with this ocean. This is a deep ocean right here. I don't know why it generated like this, but it did. This was like one of the largest trenches around here. Like, I can't even see how deep this is, but this is a lot more deeper than this area over here. Like, this is about 63 blocks, and it's supposed to go all the way down. It's about as deep as these over here by the, what do you call it, sea temple. So we know how deep that area was. That was quite deep. And let's see. And we can just take, we can literally just walk over there now and we can take a little looky. The thing is, with that area over there, we need to build the harbour. The harbour is the definitely 100% needed thing around here. Now the thing is, I could expand the harbour outwards to be in this area here as well. But this area has always kind of been like kind of a bit of a wildlands over here. Not to refer to my Wildlands series within the series, which is the hardcore, what do you call it, One Life series that we do within this, you know, world when we want to take a break from being, you know, all this equipment. But, It would be cool to add the wall somewhere like over this way. But, I would probably have to do like a tower over here and then a tower over here. So a tower here and a tower over there. And this would be the two areas to stop anyone from entering the Mashalden River up north. Which I am going to have to do another thing up here, which is build a tower on this landscape. Luckily this is a pretty flat landscape over here. And this is not too flat, but just flat enough that I can still use it. So we can definitely make a circle up here. Specifically, that we can just use it for two towers. And not to be confused with Lord of the Rings Two Towers. Alright. But I think we could get started on that, and there is this island over here, which I think I might research some ancient lighthouses, and we could do a lighthouse build over there. And a lighthouse build over here, or I turn this into a little tiny fortification, which is also a lighthouse. That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. I want to start using a lot of these islands and, you know, landscape markers as, you know, stuff that I can build from. Let's see, what was I going to do? Ah yes, I was going to show you the ocean bit before I got distracted with I'm going to have to build towers. Which is not the worst thing, to be honest. Towers are actually quite easy to build. But this is what I was talking about with the big deep ocean. You can't see it too well now. I'll take you out on a boat so that you can get a bit of a better idea. This boat is very old. You know you're in an old world when you say your boat is very old. But this is how deep this ocean is. This is massively deep. And now I do want to do, like, you know, underwater construction, but there is like so much that I would have to do specifically for this, but I'm not really sure on what direction I would go with this underwater area, because I'm not good at underwater builds. Well, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not. But it's definitely going to have to rely on this being moved. Maruharu Harbor, I named it after someone in the VTuber SMP server. And, I'm definitely going to have to head over here. Maruharu Harbor, named the 9th of September 2022. So this is a 4-year build that I'm going to have to destroy. To be honest, it needs to be destroyed anyway, you know. I need to take down this entrance area to the city, because I want to push back the entrance to further out that way. Because it being so close to this wall... That was a creeper. That was a creeper. That was so lucky. Grab that there. Where did you even spawn? Thought I'd sorted out. You must have spawned there. Alright, let's head over to the island, which I do need a name for, so if any of you want to leave a name down below, we'll probably see what ones we'll, you know, have, and then I'll probably put it to, what do you call it, vote. There we go. There is a silver skeleton over there, but that's not too much of a bother, to be honest. Alright. Do apologize for the dog in the background. He knows it's time, you know, soon, so... He's being dumb. He knows he normally waits for me to, you know, finish, but... He's being, you know, demanding. It's because I'm a little out earlier once, and now he wants out more earlier now. Even though he's supposed to wait for certain times, because then he'll always want that certain time if I don't. Let me grab this. And head upwards. Find that other bit that I placed. Yeah, I think I might take out a pillar of these here, and then I can, what you call it? Sorry, I'm getting distracted now. I talk about so many ideas and my brain just goes brrrr. Alright, so let us go and we'll go fill all of this in. We're running low on sand now. Yeah, we probably are supposed to head back home at this point. I am running low on fumes, that's what it is. I'm low and run on fuels. Is what I was about to say there. Alright, that is a good spot right there. Oh, that's actually my flower farm on this Daryl's mine. There's ogres and zombies all around my farm where I have to get my wool from later. But that is future me prop out. That almost killed me there.